So currently here with our buddy Troy Sowers and his 2012 McLaren 12C. As many of you know, McLaren is my favorite car company by far, and the 12C has been my dream car for a really long time, and God, you bought the perfect spec. Ugh. So last time I was out here, because I for some reason keep buying cars in New Jersey, we were driving back and you had the first gen green Gallardo, which was cooler than Parker's because it had a better exhaust and sounded.
We won't tell him.
He won't see this. He doesn't know, but his car was cooler. But now sold it and got a 12C, and God, is this thing awesome.
I first impressions, and I don't want to derail, but I missed the Gallardo.
The doors go up.
The doors go up and turbos.
Because you were seriously thinking about a Huracan before you got the McLaren.
And I really liked the 580. I really liked the rear wheel drive, but then I went and drove the 12C, and
it's just better.
Yeah,
it's just a better car.
It doesn't. I will agree with everybody. It doesn't have that like Lambo.
It doesn't have the aggressive Lambo look.
Yeah, but people who know what this car is, nobody hates them. I mean, nobody really. I've not heard anything bad from ownership wise. You know, outside of the normal things that the gripes that you've heard about.
Yeah, there are a few little problems, but this is actually my first time in a 12C moving. I've been in the 650S, driven the 570S and 570 GT, sat in a 12C, but never been in one while driving. So, initial impressions, God, this thing is awesome.
Yeah, and we're in
regular mode right now.
The
powertrain is in normal.
Active, everything. The active panel isn't even on. So we're auto. We are full dummy grandma mode. Pretty much, and it rides.
It feels perfect. This car has independently controlled suspension for each wheel, and it is able to independently adjust based on if you're turning hard, if the surface gets rough, and it's great.
I still miss my Gallardo to this day. I really do.
That was my Gallardo.
When you're coming from a 2006 to a 2012,
that is a big difference.
Especially in that era of cars, that late 2000s era, that jump in advancements it's not like it was 20 years ago where it took them 15 years to get like a major advancement.
Yeah, it's gotten quicker and quicker and quicker. Yeah. I think my favorite part of McLaren's is just the fact that they have some of the most cutting edge technology out of everything. Carbon tub, that's one thing. Crazy advanced transmission, another thing. The engine is amazing.
I mean, they built their own engine.
Yeah, they fully designed. There's a reason why McLaren uses the same engine for like all their cars, because it costs a boatload of money to develop an engine. It's a lot of work. So they had to get the return on investment there by using it in multiple vehicles. I mean, hell, Lamborghini used the same V12 for 50 years. Miura to the Mercy. Yep, that was the same engine. Yeah, this thing is nice and spacious and comfortable. All the Alcantara, you've got all the carbon.
Everything.
Yes, everything is carbon. You need this when this setter's mirror is in silver. It just doesn't look as good.
Well, it's same with the steering wheel.
Yeah, you need all the carbon, which is quite expensive. What is this thing sticker for? Is it one of the highest?
This sticker was outside of the MSO program. This was a 289 sticker, I believe.
Oh, that's a lot.
It's got the elite pearl white paint. It has the black roof. It has all carbon options except for the wheel well and the front splitter.
Yes.
It has
the whole engine bay is carbon, and
the engine bay, even the sides of the engine bay, the interior, which is a lot of people would think Alcantara is standard. It's not on this car. It's a $3,000 option or a $2,500 option, I believe. If you guys have seen my channel, I've been waiting for 3 months.
Yeah, I've been talking to you for a while.
4 months.
Because you sold a Lambo a while ago.
And then out of nowhere, I was just like, I'm getting this car. I didn't tell anybody because this car fell into my lap. I wasn't going to buy anything until springtime at this point because, as with Michigan,
winter,
winter, which is a big buzzkill. So, I've been so happy with it so far. And the best part, it's qualified, and I have a warranty.
Yes, that's McLaren's. You want a warranty. I mean, any exotic hype supercar, you want a warranty.
Yeah, it's like even for the peace of mind.
Yes,
I know that this is a solid car. It's a high VIN, so and I don't know how much you know about that. The VIN sequencing for the 2012s are
past
critical.
1100.
Yeah, very critical when you're buying a 12C because basically VIN, I think it was about up to 800, a little less than that, had all sorts of, as with any first-year production car.
Yeah, it's the first time McLaren built a road car.
Those are the problems you hear about. People saying they had engine transmission problems and paint problems, and they were all early VIN cars. Mid-VIN cars are still good. You may get a hit or miss between 800 and like 1100 VIN.
Yeah.
And then anything over 1100, McLaren pretty much
got it down.
Outside of the rare, instances,
yes.
they've pretty much resolved everything. So this has been 1476.
Oh wow, you are pretty high up then.
Yeah.
So pretty much the biggest differences from the 12 to the 13.
Swipe.
13, yeah, these had swipe doors, which were, a lot of people complain they're a little finicky. Troy thinks they're great. And once you figure them out, you know how to do it. It's 4 fingers into the door, you slide it, and it pops open, you open it up. You do have to slam the doors pretty hard to close them.
And there's a reason for that. So these don't have soft closed doors.
They went to that for the next...
That was 2014 or 15, I think it was an option. Yeah. But you can get the soft door mod to help alleviate pretty much all the problems. But what it is,
they were changing door seals, weren't they, for that?
Well, there's a fine line between getting the door to close and seal and have no wind noise.
Oh, okay.
Thus incurring you having to slam the door.
Yeah.
Or they can adjust them where you don't have to slam the door, but you may or may not have some wind noise.
Okay.
So obviously, and you don't really have to slam them.
No, it's just a little more force than you're used to.
Yeah, but with the soft close doors, which McLaren Philly said that they would, kindly do for me and warranty their work and everything.
But how much is that?
It's about $3,000.
Oh,
so
that's not bad. Okay.
For what? It depends on how long you want to keep
That's
the
true.
car.
Very true.
And the doors for me, I'm just kind of used to them by now.
Yeah.
It does kind of cringy a little bit.
Yeah.
But once you get used to it, it just becomes a natural occurrence. So that's the big thing that I would say the next thing that I would do to this car would probably be the soft close.
So do you have the 13 engine tune? Because the 13 went to 616.
Yes, I have the 616.
So
I have the latest revision in this car.
Good.
To get the cars qualified and to get the warranty on them, you have to have all the services done.
Yeah.
As with, I'm sure, Parker's Huracan's going to be the same way. If he wants to extend the warranty, he'll probably have to do the same thing. But
and then 2013 had front lift. Other than that, it's like the same.
It's you have a button instead of the swipe doors.
Yeah.
And other than that, it's the same car. And people, I think, are scared of the 12s.
I have, because when I was looking into them, doing some research, because I want one. Yeah. Dreaming about one. But I was thinking I'm going to get a 13 Spider, because the 12s may be a little issues. I don't want a first model year, but higher VINs like yours probably perfectly fine. Oh boy. It changes the sound so much. One other gripe that some people might have is the 12Cs, all McLarens, do not sound as crazy exotic as the Lambos and the Ferraris. I mean, his Lambo screamed like an F1 car, and it shot flames that you could see during the day.
Yeah.
This doesn't sound the same, but I still love the way it sounds. It's nice, smooth. You can hear the turbo whistling and like.
Yeah, it's a difference. And I'm not gonna lie, I was nervous about
the sound.
Yeah. It would have been different, I think, if my Gallardo didn't sound the way that it did. But that car was so utterly absurd and just loud. This car is, I say, it's got that grunt. It's, like you said, smooth, but it's more of an elegant,
more refined. That's how I view it.
And it got louder. What we did was turn the active panel on. So right now we are in handling, normal, and powertrain sport. Those are what I normally drive the car on. So I always usually have the wing up about under 50 miles an hour. When I'm on the highway, I turn the wing down, less drag, unless I'm in Mexico.
That's
racing. And then I usually drive in manual mode. The whole time we were just talking before that acceleration, we were just cruising on auto. So I'll turn the car, when we get off here, I'll turn the car onto sport handling, and you really feel the car kind of tighten up, and it's good to begin with on normal. The car handles extremely well on normal, what we classify as normal. But you put it into sport, it just, without even thinking about it, it's good to go. And I never put it on track because
it's a little sketchy.
Yeah, you get a little sideways a lot, but I've done sport handling and track powertrain, and that's a pretty fun.
Man, this is good on the freeway, even in sport mode, or your powertrain sport handling. So here,
if I put it in sport right now, you won't really tell that much of a difference.
Wasn't that
going in a straight line?
Yeah. Okay.
When I start, when we start going on some back roads, you'll feel the car just barely turning the wheel wants to turn in.
God.
The active aero is
the air brake when it goes up.
Yeah, like, and I'm gonna put the air brake on now, so I hit aero and it'll just tilt it up a little bit.
Oh, that's
just
so
a little
cool.
bit.
Yeah.
And then when I hit the brakes hard, you'll see it. I'm sure the camera probably will see it. It just, and here's the best part: you can't see shit out the rear view. So you don't know if someone's gonna rear end you.
Yeah, you know you're slowing down quickly. But
at least, yeah, I'm not worried about me stopping. I'm worried about the people behind me stopping.
You won't see it coming.
Because when I hit the brakes, it feels like somebody put a 5,000-pound dump truck on the back.
The air brake does make a huge difference.
We'll find out when we get to Mexico. We'll find out real quick.
Oh boy. Holy shit, this thing is fast. Oh boy.
It's really slow.
It's very, that was a 0 to 35 pull within the speed limit.
Yeah, that was like crazy slow. I don't normally go that fast.
You just take this.
It puts the power on, that's the thing.
Rear-wheel drive, yeah.
I told Parker, the scariest thing about this car is it's fast, right? We all know it's fast.
Yeah.
But it does it so comfortably that you have no idea. Your sense of speed when you're driving isn't relevant to what it is in like a normal car.
Yeah.
Like, you can normally tell a certain speed that you're going without looking at the
speedometer. Because the ride is getting a lot rougher and like,
This car
it just goes.
Is the total, like, you're doing a proverbial 70 in like a 35 and you feel like you're doing like 35 or 40.
The paint is so gorgeous. A lot of people don't like the way the 12Z looks. They think it's too boring. I personally love it.
It's understated.
I like it. I like it a lot.
It's a quieter elegance that still has some flair to it.
Yeah, it is one of my favorite cars. Ever since when it came out, I was like, well, I like that more than Ferrari. I like that more than the Lambo. I want a McLaren.
And I don't. It's not like I hate Ferrari or I still love Lamborghini. I think this car for the money. That rivals a Huracan.
Yeah.
I mean, there's pretty much no other car right now, other than McLaren, I think, that rivals the Huracan.
I mean, in terms of performance and the money, 650S, but that's the same car essentially. I mean.
So what's your first thoughts just sitting?
I love this cabin a lot. Let's see, when's the last time I was in a 570S? That was when we were out in California during Pebble Beach.
You drove one, right?
Yeah, I drove the GT. I drove the S around the track about a couple weeks before that. It all sort of feels like a McLaren. You've got the carbon tub, the doors that go up like that, the center.
They're similar feel.
It feels.
You'll be amazed the driving difference.
It'll feel a lot different.
Yeah. Again, this is the 12 is cushy but raw.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
That makes any sense whatsoever.
The 570. Well, the 650 is not as cushy. Not the 570. The 650. Sorry. Yeah. The 650 is a little more refined and a little more sharp.
Okay.
And there were a lot of people that actually bought a 650 and went back to a 12C because they wanted that comfort.
God, this thing is so comfortable and easy to drive. Visibility is great.
Yeah, it's amazingly.
This feels like I'm driving I don't want to say regular car, but like
exactly. You have to kind of remember to tell yourself what you're sitting in.
There's no compromises with it whatsoever.
I think Eddie's in love and Eddie's screwed now because
I'm screwed.
This is what happens. So you go and you drive one of these,
and that's what happened to you, didn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to me. I went and drove one, and it's like,
no, no.
Then you sell the car and you do what you can to get
one.
Sell
the car. You sell your house.
Then you get one, and you're like, there's no other car that like I'm not a bajillionaire, right? But and I would love a 675. But there's
$500,000.
I can't. Yeah, 420 for a desirable spec one.
Yeah.
I mean, they may or may not drop a little bit.
I don't think they will. I don't think they're going to go down at all. Oh boy. Oh boy. Screw the GT3. Screw Superleggero. I'm getting one of these. Have you tracked this before? Or
not yet.
Do you plan on it?
Yes.
Good.
The nice thing, the other nice thing about McLaren is with the warranty, they cover track days. So what
hell
I do is as long as the car is up to service,
Yeah.
I call and I say, hey, I'm planning on doing this track day. McLaren says, yeah, you look good. You got all your services.
Okay.
I go do my track day. When I come back from my track day, I call them. They say, how'd you do? And I say, I did great. And they go, any problems? I say, no. And they go, carry on. Warranty.
Oh, that is awesome. Well, this has been a sweet weekend. I mean, I bought my new daily driver, Audi S4, and I get to drive a McLaren and hang out with Troy again and some other cool car friends, and this is awesome. So,
appreciate you coming out, man.
Yeah, appreciate you having us, definitely.
Anytime.
We need to come out more often so I can drive 12 seats.
Maybe I'll have something different by then.
Yeah, every time I come out, I get a new car, you get a new car.
Yeah. Seems to be a pattern here, Eddie.
Well, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like always, please browse our channel, subscribe, and check out his Troy Sowers on YouTube. Look forward to seeing you guys next video.